We're live. You guys ready for the intro?
Yep.
Here it comes. On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
Zach has to talk about whale sex.
iPhone needs a diet.
And Nathan wants to talk about Dancing with the Stars.
All this plus Catherine Holder probably says something stupid.
I need this script so I can't throw it at you. Try to find something else to throw at you. That.
No, Zach, yeah.
I need it. Dwayne does for that's Catherine impersonation.
Lob Zach towards me slowly so I can.
Wait, what's your impersonation of me
I'm
again?
not in the mood.
You're Dwayne.
Oh my goodness.
Do it. Do your doing.
Oh my, Brooke's calling me right now. Me. Hey, Greaser. Here's the boy. That's my boy right there. I made him with my penis.
Plus something simple.
Plus something.
That's like an accurate interpretation.
It's pretty damn good. You cannot lie. All right, here we go. It's the Culture Smash Cast, episode 331 for September the 10th, 2014. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv. To the right of me.
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
To the right of him.
Dwayne Pate, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
And a robot.
And a robot, that's true.
So okay, I can't make fun of you?
Robot.
To the left of me.
Mike Young, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
If you're watching the video right now with this, you would see how interesting it is that the giant phallic mic is right on Nico's face.
Not anymore.
he just saw it.
Now it's right next to your mouth. Poison, right?
You should have said, Nico, imagine you're eating something.
All right, on the sofa.
Nathan Sabino, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Yep. Catherine Holder, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Oh yeah, there's somebody else over there too.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Zach Martin, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Zach Morris, and I was like,
That would be an even better show.
Time out. And time in.
And timing. So,
How much age do you think Zach gained from all the time stops he did?
That's an excellent
He's
question.
got to be a good year ahead of everybody else.
You would think.
By the end of the series.
When did he originally develop the power?
I don't know.
I mean, he has it at the start of the show, but that can't be when it developed.
What the
Did he
hell
have
are we
it at the
talking
start
about?
of Good Morning Miss
Saved
Bliss?
by the Bell.
Zach Morris' time out.
Saved
Yeah.
by the Bell. Oh.
Does anybody know if he was able to do it during Good Morning Miss Bliss or if that started with Saved by the Bell?
No, he was not.
Well, there we go. There's your answer.
I know nothing about any of this.
No, because Miss Bliss was about Miss Bliss. It wasn't about Zach.
Yeah, so he may not have focused on him. So he could have had it earlier. I mean,
So maybe since it was from Miss Bliss's point of view, we didn't notice the time stop.
And you know what?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
might have been it too. We never noticed it.
Because we were stopped.
We were really.
Sounds like an
What if he
assignment
did-
for someone.
What if he did the
Yes.
time stops during commercial breaks?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
I think that means Zach Morris is a mutant because his powers seem to have developed around him.
Wait, is that-
You know what's awesome?
You're
They're
talking about a
pretending
very
to care
specific
about this.
type of mutant, I believe. They're not just somebody that has a.
So
I don't
Saved
really
by
know
the
what we're
Bell,
talking about.
Saved by the Bell
because I
takes
kinda
place
stopped
in
paying
Marvel Universe. That's just fact
Okay.
now.
Everything takes place in the Marvel
Yeah,
universe, though.
we take place in Marvel Universe.
True.
Damn it!
We do?
Yeah, we do. Bitch.
Sorry you never got to
We
learn
now take
Marvel
place in
then.
movies that Zach doesn't like.
It's true.
Which means you don't like. Yeah, which means you don't like your own life.
So have they tried to bring?
So what superhero would Zach be living at home with his
Oh
parents?
God, no,
Batman.
Like, you did say Fat Man, right? Because
Yes,
that's
probably more
that's what I
accurate.
meant to say.
I call him Lore Hunter.
Inside joke.
I
That's
think
still
living
very
with
funny.
your mom and dad distinctly make you not Batman, by the way. As we all know.
You cannot call your dad Alfred.
I
I'm
thought you were
sorry.
gonna go say he's living with his mom and dad.
I love it.
Not in the basement.
Okay, so in the chat room, you guys will have to look and tell me. We had a note at the beginning of the broadcast that Google added some kind of applause thing to the chat. Like
Oh,
you're supposed to
right.
be able to applaud now. I don't know how that works or if the button is there. I don't see anything.
Let's see. How's it?
But it like said it.
Is there a boo button?
Yeah.
Because we might be in
Boo.
trouble.
Oh,
Wait, a boo or a boo earns button?
Yes.
Wait, did you say boob?
I was using the boo.
A boob button would be even better.
What's
I was
wrong
using the
with
boo
this?
earns button.
There's nothing wrong with a boob button.
That's probably an app somebody can make for Hangout later.
But it seems like every time we start the show, we have some new Google thing changes.
All Google products are in beta forever.
Remember that the
That's why
internet
they
is
do.
about positive reinforcement being easy. That's why we have like buttons. That's why we have applause buttons. Hatred has to be spelled
I
out letter
want
by letter.
I hate.
And it's mostly in YouTube comments.
Yes.
It's true.
So,
And, hatred does deserve the extra effort.
I think
Does
so.
it?
Yes.
No,
Like,
I
have
tend
you
to-
ever read a Facebook
I actually
post
tend to
that made
hate
you
a
mad?
lot
You're
easier
just
than
like,
the
I
one
hate
I
this,
like.
but I don't have the effort. I don't want.
That's when you go to all the effort to actually block that person. You not unfriend them because they might notice that and get offended. But you go in and just block their posts.
That's what I do.
Remember,
That's what I
kids,
do as
being
well.
unfriended by somebody on Facebook does not mean they don't like you in real life. Although a lot of times.
but speaking
What?
I was gonna say.
speaking of ignoring people, Zach has the first story.
Oh wait, Zach has to read.
Yeah, I have to.
All right.
Sorry, Aiden.
Please try to do it in a human voice this time, at least for most of it.
Conventional thinking has long held that pelvic bones in whales
Nah,
and
He's already
dolphins,
We couldn't do it.
evolutionary throwbacks to ancestors that once walked on land, are vestigial and will disappear millions of years from now. But researchers from University of Southern California and the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County have upended that assumption. The scientists argue in a paper just published in the journal Evolution that
Cetacean.
Let's just look at this while he reads.
cetacean, whale, and dolphin pelvic bones
It's
certainly do
majestic.
have a purpose, and that they're specifically targeted by selection for mating. The muscles that control the
Let's say whales.
I'm just going to say whales or dolphins. The muscles that control a whale's penis are attached to the creature's pelvic bones. Matthew Dean, assistant professor at the USC Dornsife College of Letters.
Why do you do this? You're the one who chooses
I'm
the
going out
secrets
for a
for
smoke
Steven.
break and I don't even
Actually,
smoke.
if you want to know the truth, it's Mike's fault. He chose the story.
This seems like a
Yeah,
Mike
but you're the
story.
one who gave it to Zach.
Well, who else would you give it
By the
to?
way, we
it
have
was a Mike story, right?
we have a bet going on in here to see how many times Zach messes up before the story ends.
One time
What are
for
you,
a
23?
versus episode, we're gonna do shots
Yeah,
for every
23.
time Zach
Just
screws up.
23.
No, that's gonna be lethal. We
Time
will
out.
die.
Time out. Do you know dolphins rape people?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
looked it up the other day. They have it on video. A scuba diver was raped.
I am so looking that up. After
They
the
pretty
show.
much will, rape is anthropomorphizing things, but they'll pretty much go to town on.
And they do it in gangs too.
like a gang
Yeah, a gang dolphin.
bang.
A gang dolphin rape.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll come out, and those poor women dolphins don't know what to come in, so they get impregnated by 2 or 3. And then, okay, Zach, get back to your pelvic penis dolphin.
I was going to say, so basically these two guys wanted to find out if pelvic bones could be evolutionary advantages by impacting the overall amount of control an individual creature has with its penis. The pair spent 4
So they
years
watched a lot of old Elvis.
Exactly.
Video
examining
footage,
whale and
film
dolphin
footage.
pelvic bones using a 3D laser scanner to study the shape and size of the samples.
It's a pretty
in
decent
detail.
joke, and then no one paid.
When then they gathered as much data as they could find, reaching back to the whaler days, on the whale testes size relative to
He
body
said
mass.
testes.
The testes data was important because in nature, species in promiscuous competitive mating environments develop larger testes relative to their body mass in order to outdo the competition.
Just to interrupt, Steven's been lost and not listening to a word in the story.
No, I'm listening.
He's just paying attention to majestic whale images.
I'm showing it to everyone now.
Oh wait, I thought those were whale penises he was looking at.
And by the way, we're
Oh,
up
I
to
should look for
7 trip ups on
What?
your reading.
7?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, is
Keep going.
that a penis?
Only 7?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
When these two guys compared the
Nathan
relative
got
sizes
interested
of-
because he thought it was a penis.
So when these two guys compared the relative sizes of pelvic bones with testes, they found that the bigger the testes relative to body size, the bigger the relative pelvic bones. The competitive mating situation seemed to prompt the development of larger pelvic bones, making them not so useless after all.
Remember what they say, the bigger the testes, the bigger the number 2 pencil.
To rule out overall skeleton size being the culprit behind the larger pelvic bones, the duo also compared testes size with rib size and found no corresponding increase. Long story short, whales got a big dong.
Actually, that had really nothing to do with.
Yeah, so that's actually
But they do
not
have
the
big
long
dogs.
story
They're
short.
What's
about
the
that long.
average size of a whale dong? What's the average size
Well,
of a dog?
which whale?
Well,
like the blue whales?
There's
I
too
I think
many
it's about
kinds of
35 feet.
I don't.
I'm just saying this. There you go. It's.
Oh!
I'm so glad I can't see the screen right now.
It's pink!
I'm listening to that later tonight. Just
Why is it
to-
curved like that?
Oh God.
Is it
It's
flaccid?
relaxed.
If you were watching the video, you would know what's going on.
You know that's why no one's ever gonna watch the
Wait,
video,
put it
right?
back up, put it
Because
back
whale
up.
penis might pop off. You've effectively
There's
stopped any
There's our
video
not safe for
viewers.
work tag right there.
It's over.
Oh my gosh, where did that go?
Oh my god, that made the show for me right there.
That looks like something I saw at Hustler.
You should join the video. Just say, I'm gonna switch over. Look at Nathan's face. That's all. Okay. I don't really know what else to say about this except now we know what the whale's pelvic area is for.
It's pretty interesting.
I don't know.
Somebody over here has the next story. I'm not sure who it is. I'm just
Follow that, Nico.
follow that, Nico.
So on
Suck
the
on that, Nico.
on the topic of big dicks, Apple announced.
We did it. That's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
There's 8 things you need to know about the new iPhone.
1.
There are 2 of them. 2
Bum, bum,
new
bum.
iPhone screens,
Dun,
both
dun,
bigger than the
dun.
older models, but their bodies are now thinner.
2.
The smaller iPhone is just the iPhone 6. It has a 4.7-inch screen, which makes it smaller than flagship phones from Samsung, Nokia, and HTC.
3.
The larger one is called the iPhone 6 Plus. Its screen is 5.5 inches, positively phablet size. Samsung's Galaxy Note lineup could still claim to have a bigger screen, though, than Apple's. When Chief Executive Officer Tim Cook walked back on Steve Jobs' insistence that smaller phones were better, he hasn't apparently dishonored the memory by adding a stylus, so there is no stylus.
4.
Wow.
The iPhone 6 goes for $200 with 16 gigabytes, $300 for 64 gigabytes, and $400 for 128 gigabytes. The Plus comes with a $100 price premium. The phones will go on sale on September 19th with pre-orders starting on the 12th.
5.
Both phones will run Apple's new operating system, iOS 8, which will be available to download on existing iPhone and iPads starting on September 17th. It will support phones as old as the iPhone 4S and iPads as old as the iPad 2.
6.
Apple has finally added mobile payments with a product called Apple Pay. The new phones have an NFC radio antenna, NFC being near field communication, and the secure chips that store payment information. Security is provided through the Touch ID fingerprint scanner, and credit cards are stored in Passbook, Apple's coupon app. While the payments work at any of the 220,000 merchants that have NFC readers in place, Apple worked with a handful of merchants, including Bloomingdale's, McDonald's, and Whole Foods, on deeper integrations. The payment system can also be used for one-click purchases within mobile apps.
7.
Here's a bullet point for the nitty-gritty tech specs. The iPhone uses a new 64-bit chip, the Apple A8, which Apple says has 25% faster processing power. The camera has an 8-megapixel camera, same as the 5S, but tweaks features like image stabilization. The front-facing camera gets a better sensor.
8.
Both phones have better battery life than the last iPhones, with the iPhone 6 Plus packing a better battery life than the iPhone 6.
Okay, question. Well, alright, 2 things. I saw the video on the iPhone 6 and it looks really cool, and the power button actually moved to the side as well. I mean, it looks like a great phone. But with this Apple Pay, like, how are they going to ensure that information is not going to be stolen from that, like information was stolen off the cloud?
As far as my understanding is, it's not any different than swiping a credit card. I mean, it's the same level of security.
But it's-
when you swipe
It's still
a
going to be
card.
heavily encrypted. It's
Yeah.
still, though, in the cloud. So while there'll be more layers of security to go through to get to it,
Probably the same way Google's been doing it for how many years now?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is not new technology that
Yeah.
Apple's just implementing.
I saw.
and now people will start doing it.
Yeah, some of the Apple naysayers came out and welcomed Apple to 2012 with their new phone technology, because a lot of this stuff is stuff that Google already
Yeah,
does, and has been doing for.
It's pretty
That'd
That'd be a whole lot funnier if they were saying welcome to 2014 4.
Yeah.
But saying welcome to 2012, that's only like 24 months ago. That's
Well, that's forever technology
It
wise, though,
is
man.
actually a very long time in cell phone life.
But the point is, and this is what Apple has always done, nothing they do is new. They just make it where people will use it.
yeah,
That's what's gonna happen.
they
People
just
are gonna-
really refine the technology, which is fine.
And they
but-
make it consumer friendly. They make it pretty, which is something Google still hasn't learned to do.
Well, they're not as good as Apple, but they're still pretty good. They're leaps and bounds.
And I say this being somebody who loves my Android phone.
Yeah, I love my Android phone. I have my Nexus 5. I have no reason to. It's pretty superior to a lot of this.
Well, I'm coming up for renewal. I don't really have any interest in this phone. I'm going to go for the new Note 4.
The Note 4 is really
The
nice.
Note 4.
I'm kind of
It's
sold
2
on
inches bigger. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm sold on the Windows Phone just because Cortana is the visual
I
assistant.
kind of
Yeah,
love that,
that's
right?
I kind of wish.
That's
I kind of want Microsoft to make that an app. I mean, that is really cool. I wish you can mod the digital assistant in phones to be something like that. If I could have it.
Well, like you can with those GPSs where you buy the voices, like you can buy the Homer Simpson voice
Yes.
for the TomTom.
Yeah, but that's just the GPS. If I could have the freaking Roddenberry's wife, the computer from Star Trek, be the operating system assistant on my
that
phone.
would probably
I-
be huge.
Best
I
person
probably
ever.
would buy that phone.
I would.
Probably. Yeah, that was there.
So can we talk about how the handful of merchants that have deeper integrations are McDonald's and Whole Foods?
That's
And Bloomingdale's.
Well, I like the idea that it's like
That
polar
it's so
opposites on the
polarized.
spectrum of,
Yeah.
of
Well, you know,
Food choices.
if you're a junk food eater, you're covered. If you like to eat a little healthier, you're covered.
yeah, they got their bases covered.
True.
And also, did you guys see that they're coming out, with the iPhone watch?
The Apple
But-
Watch, yeah.
Did you guys see what they're gonna do?
Oh,
They're
God,
making a
that's
Mickey
exciting.
Mouse iPhone watch.
So of course now Catherine will have
What's the
one.
iPhone Watch going to do?
The iPhone Watch
it's
is going
the
to
Apple
do.
Watch to be intended.
Yeah, the Apple
Sorry.
Watch is going to do the same thing that the Galaxy
The
Watch has
Galaxy
been doing
Gear does
since
for the-
2012.
Yeah. So basically, or the Pebble Watch.
Or the Pebble.
It-
The Pebble
it's-
actually probably does it better.
And so all the phone, the watch does, in addition to telling time,
That's a good phone.
Yeah, it kind of is good that.
it basically pops up notifications on your screen if someone texts you or you get a call coming or something, so you don't have to take your phone out of your pocket.
Because who has time for that bullshit?
Which is a
Hold
good
on.
thing because now that phones are 5.5
we
inches.
showed a whale penis. I think shit is okay.
Okay.
You'll have it in your
Yeah.
backpack and it'll take you 2 minutes to dig it out.
If you get that iPhone 6 Plus, it's a lot of weight you probably have to pick
Now,
up out of your
The
pocket.
one thing that they did that is pretty slick, I will say about this watch, is that is better than I've seen on the Pebble or on the Galaxy Watch, is they give you access to a number of applications. Now, their Zoom tool, it's the Apple laptop Zoom tool. You tap it and it zooms in on smaller groupings, so that it makes the icons bigger, so you can actually see what you're doing and not looking at these tiny little buttons. That's pretty cool. It's elegant.
That's pretty cool.
Is it worth $300?
$350?
Oh, Jesus.
No.
This is $350.
And we were talking about this. Yeah, $350. It looks like a $100 watch.
Yeah,
It looks like it should be
you can get the
99
gear.
bucks. It
I
doesn't
think
look that
cheaper
nice.
than
Let's get
that.
the Mickey Mouse one.
The Pebble.
Yeah,
is
now it'll
cheaper.
probably be $500.
Pebble, which isn't graphically that impressive, but still you get those notifications and you can respond to them.
The Pebble, though, it's a design choice. They went with the e-ink display
Yeah,
because it's
and
got the battery
It's going to
life.
say battery life, and it's got a really good battery
Yeah.
life. I don't know what the battery life will be for the Apple Watch.
Have you guys watched? Oh, go ahead.
And I'm kind of concerned with the iOS 8 because when iOS 7 came out, I remember everyone downloaded it and there was a couple problems like it was draining more of your battery life.
Oh,
That's going to
yeah.
happen with every
iOS
generation,
7
though.
killed my iPad for a while until they patched it up. Killed the battery.
I mean, that's with every operating system. And when they
Sure.
release it, there's no doubtedly going to be bugs. That's why they patch it.
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect out of the gate.
I'm just glad it's still on the.
Except for
it
the
will still work on the
NES, SNES.
Yeah. Yeah.
NES, SNES, those are perfect.
Those are basically-
You have to patch those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them try.
Exactly. Did you guys watch the video for the watch though?
I saw some news coverage of it and I played the video.
It's kind of ridiculous because you watch the video and they can't just implement a clock. They had to. It's like a long, drawn-out thing about all the length they went to for very accurate, like a atomic clock level accuracy and all this stuff. It just couldn't be. Oh yeah,
It's
we
a-
got a clock.
Yeah, it's
It all had
It doesn't
be-
matter. The clock is attached
Doesn't
to
it
the
just
internet
sync
anyway.
to the phone?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, when you
It-
watch a
it-
video, it's
It
hilarious.
can only. You have to have a phone to have the watch work.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to-
I think it does something so Oppo.
it may do. It may keep
No,
the
I-
time. But
Yeah, you do the time
Well,
like
and I think
if
you
the
can
Pebble,
use
you can turn
those-
off. For the Pebble, I know for instance, you can turn off the sync and just use it as a watch.
Well, and I think you can still do some of the like the Fitbit style stuff with
Yeah.
it too, the heart rate monitor and all
Okay.
those things. But then again,
That's
it's a
the-
$350 Fitbit you get for $80. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
How much of a douchebag are people going to look wearing
It's
this?
the new
There will
filter.
be so many of them, like you won't even believe it. They'll look like a douchebag at first, but then like when everybody around you's wearing them,
I want one, but I'm too cheap.
Yeah, I want a Pebble honestly. I like the Pebbles.
I actually tried one of those, the first generation of Sony's
Mhm.
smartwatch. I can't remember what they called it. They were so bad they were on clearance on Amazon for like $20.
I like the
And it
Pebbles.
was
I
awful.
really want like some good deals like towards the end of the year, Black Friday, because then I'll probably pick up a Pebble.
But the Pebbles are
They're pretty.
I
pretty
only
reasonable.
want it if it's a phone also.
And you can
And
get one
not
that you
that
can get
I
an
want
orange
to talk
one.
into my watch, but I want it to have Bluetooth so I can just sync it to my headset. You know, if it had that.
You mean so you don't need the phone?
Yeah.
Like the actual watch is the phone
Yeah, I want
attached to like an
every-
earpiece, and that's all you need. You don't need
Yeah.
a physical.
Now you can actually get phones that run Android. I mean watches that are kind of like Dick Tracy style watches that,
Yeah.
that run Android completely. They are the phone.
But they have to have Bluetooth. I'm not talking into
Well,
my
I mean, no, yeah, well, I think they
yeah,
do.
Really?
I'm not gonna do it.
But
I
they're
would,
like
I would
they're
totally
like
Dick Tracy this watch.
they're
up.
basically-
I know you would. You
they're
would also
basically kinda
roll
like
D&D
this. They're
characters in
ugly
the
as
car
hell.
on the way to places.
I have done that.
And you did do that.
Yeah.
I know.
So this is a fact.
You bringing up that Sony watch, like just thinking about first attempt at new technology. Do you remember the Apple Newton?
Yeah.
The,
Yep.
No, but I remember my Palm Pilot.
I think the
Oh,
Newton
like
may
that
have
Palm
come
Pilot.
out before the Palm Pilot.
I think
The
it may
You're
Newton
saying in
have.
the chat room they have all that
Actually-
in their Galaxy S5 already, and it's true.
Yeah,
All this
it's true.
crap.
Like Samsung's already beat Apple to all of this.
Yeah, and
Which is
They-
so weird because there were smartphones obviously before the iPhone, but nothing like the iPhone.
well, I honestly, when you have all these people say, "Yo, we had all this before the iPhone," I had a Trio, which is one of the most popular ones other than BlackBerry, and it sucks in comparison.
no,
The
that's,
usability was awful.
yeah, but that's my point. Like iPhone really revolutionized something, and even the iPad because there were tablets before then, but iPad really revolutionized this. This isn't really the watch. I don't really feel is going to be that because
It's a niche thing.
well, it's a niche thing. Well, I mean, we
Right
all
now it
thought
is.
that about the iPad too. I mean, when I first heard
No,
about
I
that,
thought that about the iPad 1. The iPad 2, I like.
there's a look being given for our audio listeners.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
hope you're
But-
happy.
And an exhale. You probably heard the exhale.
But yeah, it's I don't know if the watch. You know, I might be wrong. It might take off like wildfire. I think the price point's probably going to hurt it, but
Yeah.
I could
think-
be wrong.
Because at
If the
$350,
phones,
do you get the watch, or do you just go ahead and get you an iPad for $50 more?
now part of it is just a fashion thing.
The other
It takes off if it's a cool thing to
It's
have.
not that
That's,
cool.
that's
looking
going
thing,
to
though.
well, you say that, but I mean that doesn't have anything to do with
The
if
other-
the right people start wearing it or using them. But I forgot where I was going. I'm sorry.
The
Go
other
ahead.
problem I have
That
with
happens to me a lot.
the other problem I have with the Apple Watch is it has a predetermined install base. You need an iPhone to use it, and
Yeah.
maybe you can use an iPad. I don't know if it connects that way too.
that
But-
wall garden approach that things like that.
But yeah, but you didn't need a device to buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
You don't need an Apple
Well,
device.
actually, you did. I mean, just to use the phone, you didn't. But to do anything with it, you pretty much had to link it to iTunes on a Mac or on a.
And that's
you can
true.
do it on a PC, and having an iTunes account is free. That
Yeah.
that doesn't cost anything.
That's true.
Same thing with the iPad. You don't
Bust
need
it, Mike.
You don't need it. You don't need
Yeah.
to buy a multi-$100 device just to be able to buy and use another multi-$100 device. And that's my point.
Yeah.
If you could use this
You've got
with an
fine
Android device, which I don't
points.
ever see that happening,
If
that would
to
probably
me,
open it
if
up.
the where the smartwatches come in, where they make sense to me, is if you've got a huge phone.
Oh, Nico had to shut the F up.
If
No. I had the shut the F up look when I looked at you.
Look,
if you've got a phone that's too big to comfortably be taken in and out of your pocket all the time,
Which
the
is
smartwatch
pluses.
is going to make sense.
Well, we
If
spent a
you-
lot more time on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
than
okay.
I really
Yeah,
expected.
especially I was talking a lot about.
Hey, we all like to
I
rate
had to give
movies.
example.
Here to
What do you-
go.
It's true. But I have to
Talk about movies.
All right, what
Breaking news.
all right, so let me give you the.
Holy crap.
No, that's. I don't think.
Well, we got the movie. Let's tell
Oh, did I put them up?
Yeah.
Is it the current?
I'm assuming it's current.
It does look a lot like last week.
I don't think it's current. I don't think I put.
Well,
it.
y'all are
No, it's not current because the November Man was new.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
y'all are figuring that out. I will read a story real quick. This is just breaking. Richard Kiel, the 7'2" actor who played Jaws, James Bond villain, died today. He
Oh,
was 74 years old.
Wow.
He broke his leg last week and was in the hospital in Fresno, California. A family member told this article. His signature character appeared in the James Bond films The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker. The actor also spotted metal teeth as a hitman in Silver Streak and was a teacher in Adam Sandler's golf movie Happy Gilmore. He was 74 years old.
We saw him at DragonCon one time. He seemed like a nice guy.
I
Sorry to
remember
bring
him in
everything
Silver
down.
Streak. Silver Streak's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
As is the Bond movie. Just saying.
those were two of the better Roger Moore movies.
Yeah. All right. Here's the box office for last weekend. Number 10 was Lucy. I can't believe Lucy's still not.
Actually,
no, that's
that's-
number 11.
No, that's number 10.
Number 10 was Lucy. It made 1.9 million. That one's done 121 million so far. So that's not bad for a sucky
$40
movie.
million budget.
Yep. The 100-foot journey is number 9. That one made 3.1 million. It's done 45.6 million on a $22 million budget. What's that? Is that like an old people movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Oh.
old people movie.
Is it? Okay.
Somebody opens up a bakery in France or something.
Well, thank goodness for that.
100-foot journey?
Yeah.
Oh, Indians and the French fight and have a culinary fight.
There you go.
All right.
I will sit you.
You are too far up.
Yeah. Number 8 is
Think of a totally different type of movie.
When the game
When
stands
the
tall.
Game Stands Tall. It made 3.4 million. That one's done 23.2 million on a $15 million budget.
I'm honestly surprised every time I look at the trailer for that
These-
movie that it costs $15
These
million.
movies are actually making money.
Because that should have cost a lot less.
Yeah.
It looks like it costs, what, $2?
It looks like it was made
$2.
for TV.
Exactly.
It really does.
Number 7 is The Giver, still in the top 10. It made 3.4 million. That one's made 37.6 million on a $25 million budget.
You know, movie didn't look that good, but hey, it's made its money.
Yeah.
Anytime Jeff Bridges makes money, I'm happy.
Sadly, for some people, it didn't make enough. You're saying. Number 4 is As Above, So Below. I still want to see this movie. 3.8 million. That one's made. Made 15.7 million. The budget on it hasn't been announced yet.
Okay, seriously, it's a found footage film.
I watch. It's a scary movie. I always watch it.
No, I mean, it's like,
Oh.
it's a found footage.
It
How big
it's
is your-
shot on location, man. It's on
Okay,
location.
Yeah. It is actually a location, it's not just video.
No,
set.
it's there. Yeah, it's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 5 is The November Man. Still want to see this one too. 4.3 million. That one's made so far. 17 million. 17.9 million. Almost 18 million. No budget there yet.
And that one would be we
Pierce-
don't want to tell the budget yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Pierce Brosnan action movie based on a series of novels.
I want to see that one. It feels like Pierce Brosnan trying to do the Liam Neeson thing, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
It's interesting because with my angle on Zach right now, if he were Two-Face, I couldn't tell anything was wrong with him.
Oh.
the wall's hitting him right
This is
here.
what happens when you
Actually,
let Dwayne.
For our video
have-
watchers, let me improve the look for you.
Yeah, I get that guy that's like, yeah, I don't think that movie you saw. It was terrible.
All right, number 4 is If I Stay. That one made 5.5 million. Let's see, it's done a total of 39.4 million on an $11 million budget.
Teens gotta see movies too.
I guess you might come back.
I
Maybe
think
the next one will be If I Come
think there
Back.
are a lot of ladies seeing that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of boyfriends.
That,
It was
again,
big.
that one's
That's
based
it.
on a book.
It was big on the reader circuit a while back.
Yep. Number 3.
Read.
Yeah, it's true. Let's Be Cops is number 3. What a waste of
It
space.
last week, it bumped up.
5.5 million.
Look at
That one
that.
made.
Okay, I'm
Because
starting
I
to think
think
maybe I want to see
I was
this
about to
movie.
say, I think it's actually a funny movie. I've
Well,
not seen it yet.
I
but
have a
wanna
whole
see it.
thought on why that one did what it did.
It bumped up.
Well, what's your thought?
Well, let me get through the list.
Fine.
66.7 million so far on a $17 million budget. Number Number 2 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie no one believed would make money, and I did. 6.5 million.
I didn't doubt that it would make money.
174 million
What's the question?
on a $125 million budget.
Wow.
I feel better that it's not making a lot of money, but I didn't doubt that it would make money.
Number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy, still in the top spot. It made 10.3 million. That one has done $294 million.
That's
170.
By the way,
Big-
it's now outgrossed Man of Steel.
Yep.
Wow.
A talking raccoon has made more money than Superman.
That's pretty amazing.
I'm okay
Now,
with that.
this past weekend was the worst weekend for movies in 6 years.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Let's see what
And
was
that,
released.
my friend, is why Let's Be
Nothing.
Cops made money.
Yeah,
It's
no,
because
nothing came out.
There is
Nothing
nothing to
came
see.
out.
And what did come out is sucky. Or
They're identical with like 3%
Oh,
Rotten Tomatoes.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, they have everybody said it is the most, like, epic fail.
I
Yeah,
really
they
want
were-
to see it based on how awful it sounds.
Everyone
Get
says
a
it's
couple
the
drinks.
worst thing ever.
Go in.
and then
And then throw up afterwards.
Yes.
Vomit.
Yeah.
Or maybe during.
And then, of course, Forrest Gump opened in IMAX. I think it did 500,000. Innocence opened.
No, it made 300.
300,000. Innocence opened in only a few theaters.
It could end up making the difference for somebody in the
Yeah.
football.
It could. So I'm gonna just pull up the old Rotten Tomatoes list here because I want to see what's coming for next weekend. And it's not in the script. Opening. What the heck?
No Good Deed,
No Good Deed.
which we have a story about Zach has personal experience with.
It's true. And there's no rating on that one yet. Then we have Dolphin Tale 2, 73%.
It's actually pretty good. It's 73.
It is better than I thought it would be. The Drop, I don't know what that is, 79%. The Skeleton Twins at 90%. I think is that a documentary? And then The Disappearance of Somebody.
L dot dot dot.
L dot dot dot. 73%. Got to be independent. It didn't
It's
get-
Eleanor Rigby.
Oh, that's right.
In 4 theaters.
So how about that No Good Deed?
Yeah, how about that? No Good Deed.
Okay, let me pull up the email here. Basically, I get a lot of, well, not get a lot. I used to get a lot of screening tickets.
Well, we know you got
for
a
advanced stuff. They don't really give.
And then
them
they
as
figured
much
out
as
it was
they did
you.
anymore. So yesterday I grabbed a couple pair of tickets for No Good Deed. 2 days ago, got a pair of tickets. The screening was supposed to be tonight, and because we had a podcast, I was thinking of just giving them away to a couple friends or something.
Yeah, no friends. Stop
And
making stuff up.
yesterday, I get an email from Sony Pictures, Columbia Pictures, whatever. They're coming, from the studio, saying screening canceled. We apologize, but the studio has decided to cancel all advanced screenings of No Good Deed. There is a plot twist in the film that they do not want to reveal, as it will affect audiences' experience when they see the film in theaters. We apologize for any inconvenience. So let me get this straight. They would rather hold off 24 hours worth of this is what happens
Because it opens tomorrow, right?
instead of the midnight show Thursday night.
Maybe they'll ban people from going to the midnight show too.
I mean, like,
And then they just won't open. Because people will find out.
You don't
Yeah.
want people to find out, just cancel the movie.
I mean,
Well, it's like you said, it's a total marketing ploy because we've done this before where they've had press screenings and they had a big twist at the end and they just embargo you at the end.
or
Like you sign a
and
release.
usually that's when it's early on. When it's
Yeah.
a couple of days from release, most times
They just
studios don't care.
throw it
Wait,
But because it's about to be out anyway.
aren't we doing exactly what they want us to do?
Yes.
Talking about the
We
surprise.
are. We're doing
Son of a biscuit.
Look who sold out to the man.
Nico
Finally.
just said son of a
I can't
biscuit
be
on
a
the
part
show.
of this anymore.
Yeah.
They had a screening for Deliver Us from Evil over a month from its release. They
Yeah,
would've
but-
spoiled everything.
And
Was
you
that
probably
good?
did.
No,
yeah,
actually,
you probably did.
For somebody, you probably did.
No,
You,
I said whether it was
there's
good or
a
not, but I
certain
never
movie
spoiled it.
that was animated that had a certain beloved children's building block that you may or may not have like slightly
Yeah, you were kind of a
spoiled.
dupe for
For somebody,
I didn't
Yeah, for
spoil-
somebody in this room,
I
yes.
hinted. I didn't spoil
Yeah,
That was
and I'm still
spoilerific.
pissed about you spoiling the Megablocks movie.
You clearly
Yeah, bro.
said if you watch closely.
You will see.
Yeah, because they showed something for half a
Well,
second.
maybe
and I
you
was like,
shouldn't have
"Yes,
said
I am."
anything. How about that? How about you
There you
try that method for a while?
Yeah, okay.
See if
Nailed
people
it.
like you better. I don't
Nailed
know.
We're now slanted though.
I'm the news
We are slanted.
We're on a
a little
tilt.
bit.
Whoa!
So our video watchers get to experience Captain messing with the camera.
Exactly.
Well, because I accidentally bumped it, and then you couldn't see Dwayne anymore, and so now I was trying to get it so that way everybody can be seen, and now it's on the tilt. I'm sorry.
Dwayne wanted to be a disembodied voice.
Yes.
That's he's been that
Body
before.
boys.
But yeah, it's just a marketing gimmick, nothing more.
Yeah, it totally is. And that movie's still gonna suck regardless of what they do.
Nevermore.
Okay,
Which
so
is sad because it has Idris Elba in it, and I just finished watching Luther, and he's damn
I heard
good
he's
in it.
damn good in that.
Yeah.
I heard that. But he was also in Pacific Rim Job.
And I still love that
And
movie,
it
and he was great in the movie.
That was
He
a
was
really
in,
bad Rim Job.
Oh my gosh! I just keep remembering that scene sitting next to Steven watching Pacific Rim Job. He the guy touches him and he's like, "Do not make me lose my temper!" And Steven just busts out laughing.
So great in him. I love that.
And I don't do that in movies like that.
He's also Himdall in both
I
Thor
leave that
movies.
to Mike usually,
Yeah.
but it got me so good. And that part where he's like tapping his ear, what else, or whatever he was doing,
Yeah.
tapping his ear. I hate that movie.
I love that movie. You're just wrong.
You're gonna give
Okay.
me, you're gonna force a rim job on me. It better be a damn good one. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, to what's really
I think
important.
you went into that
Well,
movie
I guess that's
expecting
the
something
show,
else.
everybody. We're not even gonna sign off. Good night.
No, he just signed off.
We have, yeah, Mike's like, I'm out.
Yeah, we
Um,
got though.
So we don't have new numbers yet because the new game started, but we only had 2 small movies. I'll have those next week.
I'm gonna go ahead and proclaim myself the winner. For this.
But what we do have
Uh-oh.
are the final numbers for the previous game.
That's fun.
Dun,
Now,
dun,
we've
dun.
done that for the other 3 teams already because their game has been over. Ours ends this week. Here are the numbers as it stood. Bill won the game, of course, $691 million. Then behind Bill, $617 million would be moi.
You never even had a chance.
Moi.
Who's Ma?
That would be me.
I just see
Is
Steven.
I thought that was Miss
Mike?
Piggy, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't know Miss Piggy was here. That's awesome.
It is awesome. So, yeah, and then way back
Like a
behind
tidal
me
wave.
is Nathan at $556 million.
First off, it's not way
It's
back
way
because it's just
back.
the amount, almost just the amount of distance you are from Bill.
Legitimate point.
Yeah.
Well, I think
And
I can.
actually,
Actually,
my
it's less.
downfall in the game was letting Bill get plenty of the X. Because if I would have gotten plenty of the X like I thought I did, I would have won this mode.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about bigger gaps, though, you got to go past Nathan.
Well, it's true. It's
Way back.
way back is Wayne at $368 million.
Oh, it's not that bad.
But even further
Yeah,
behind
that's not
Wayne
that
is
bad. Yeah.
Mike at $183 million. This is what happens when you focus on effing my game and not actually playing.
If you charted, it'd be like a logarithmic scale. It's like nothing, a little
No.
bit more.
Well, let's
more,
look at
more.
your game this game, Steven.
Well, we're
What
not
movies
talking.
did you get?
We will be discussing that starting next week when you will not be here. How perfect timing is that?
Okay, well, just wait till I log my butt in here and I give you crap over the
You,
computer.
and what's going to happen about that one is I'm going to crush you right at the end, just like I did this one. I might not win the overall because I didn't get Interstellar or Hunger Games, but
Did you go for my shotgun approach?
But
No.
you've got Annie.
I do have
You're
Annie.
Annie.
That's the magic bullet right there. That's my I can't think of the horror movie that Jonathan beat Alan with. You remember The Possession?
Oh, yeah,
That's
it was
my
the
Possession.
possession.
Yeah,
It was
The
The
Possession. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks for that. Yeah, so ends our summer game, and Nathan all but played We Are the Champions against me for the last month. And the Turtles.
That usually doesn't work out. It's never a good idea.
Yep. Go Ninja Go. Yeah. Sadly, I actually have mixed emotions about it, honestly, though, because Sin City is not amazing, but it's not horrible either. It deserved a little more attention than it got. I mean, it was fun to look at.
Bad timing.
It's so weird when you think about it because Frank Miller had 2 movies out this year.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, the 300.
300 sequel.
And they both had the amazing Eva Green in it.
That's true as well.
And she was naked in both of them.
That's also true.
Did you hear any complaints about that?
No.
No. For good reasons.
That's probably the high point of both films.
Well, actually, even outside of any.
Sin City, it actually is the high point.
Well, I was gonna say even outside of like all the like nakedness, she's awesome in both of those movies.
Yeah.
She like chooses
She was the
scenery
best part,
like
and,
nobody's
yeah.
business. She makes 300 worth of look because the main guy, the hero, is kind of flat.
It's cardboard
and boring.
bland.
But
It really
she
was.
is awesome. She is like the greatest villain ever. I want to see her in a Marvel movie playing a villain. Like, who would she play in a Marvel movie?
Doesn't matter. She will make it awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's coming from Zach.
Listen,
Oh.
she came out with 2 films this year that made me go, this chick's awesome.
She could be.
true.
If she's in a Marvel film, that might persuade me enough to go.
She could be Sin, the Red Skull's daughter, in
That would be
the
good.
Cat movies.
Hey, what about the
Maybe
But you got her for free.
is it who's the bald girl?
Moondragon?
Moondragon.
So she could be one of the Avengers.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, possible.
But wasn't she a villain at first?
I don't remember.
I think
Possibly.
she was. Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
Moondragon is Drax's daughter.
Yeah.
I think.
She would be an awesome villain, and she's so much fun in both of those movies. But either way, all that really matters is that I crushed Nathan.
Yeah.
All right, and Captain.
And
you
the
have
best
story.
text ever, I saved it. Nathan texted me back and said, "Okay, I lost." You should write that
There
one
was
down.
more to that text.
He actually printed that out and framed it.
There's not that much
There
more.
was more to that text. I said, okay, I lost. That's the least of my worries because I have.
That was a whole separate text. You said that
No,
was the
it
least of
wasn't.
my worries in a separate bubble. It was a separate bubble.
It was all in one.
It was a
I had
separate
to break
bubble.
it down for your disability.
It was a separate bubble.
Speaking of separate bubbles,
Yeah. Go.
I have the next story.
Yes, you.
Spoiler alert, she has the next story.
I was about to say, what, did you queef?
I haven't queefed in a while, thank you very much.
Who's got the next story?
I'm pretty sure we all agreed that was a word we weren't going to say on the show.
I think that was in a contract
Explicit
signed.
word.
Well, there's that.
Is
and-
the term.
Nika said son of a biscuit.
If they can say it on South Park, we can say it.
It's
Exactly.
You know what
Okay.
I say on South Park?
They totally have said that on South Park.
Scribe Justin Marks, better known for Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li.
Can I pause?
Not something to be known.
Yeah, can I pause right
Possibly
here?
no.
I don't think you get to call yourself a scribe if you have written
did
that movie.
That's true.
There we go. Has been recruited too, but wait for this. Wait. He's been recruited to write Top Gun 2 for Paramount and Skydance.
So no one
with
gives
Tom
a damn.
Cruise back to star in the sequel to his 1986 film. But wait, it gets better. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Marx is tackling the project after completing his remake of The Jungle Book for Disney. I don't know how I feel about this Jungle Book
I'm
live
done.
action thing.
There's two coming out. There's one by Disney and one by, I think, Universal.
Okay.
Around the same time.
Well, there we go. This one's with Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, and Idris Elba. Veteran filmmaker Jerry Bruckheimer is returning to produce the sequel for Paramount after the recent dissolution of his relationship with Disney.
Disillusion.
Yep, there we go. David Ellison, Mission Impossible 5, and Dana Goldberg, Star Trek Into Darkness, are also producing
Oh,
projects.
it's going to be called Top Gun 2. Let's blow some stuff up.
Okay, they might as well just get J.J. Abrams in it as well. Bruckheimer confirmed that the
Did
plot
you say
will have-
J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams.
Really? Okay, thank you.
It's like Panera.
Okay.
Isn't that how you say it? It's J.J. Abrams, right?
Is it?
Okay, Bruckheimer confirmed that the plot will have Cruise's character, the beloved Maverick, face against drones, thus proving the relevance of good old-fashioned piloting.
I'm trying to
Emphasis
really
on
interrupt
old.
you on the paragraph
Yeah.
breaks. Just so you know, the only person in this group that calls him J.J. Abrams is...
I know, but
That's true.
that's actually one of the things that I think is funny that he says, so I'm going to...
What?
I'm glad you brought it up while he's in the restroom.
There we go. Yeah,
There
don't
you
tell him I said that.
And I'm
Previous
not-
writers who attached the problem were the town's Peter Craig and X-Men First Class scribes Zach Stentz and Ashley Miller. The
Those writers have a much better track record, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess nobody wanted this steaming pile of crap. The production went on hold after the passing of prolific director Tony Scott, known for the original film and other classics like True Romance and Man on Fire. who is set to helm the sequel.
That's going to be a hard follow-up.
All I know is
It's gonna
if
be
they
a
get
dumb
Kenny
movie.
Loggins to do a theme song.
Yes.
They
That's
better.
what we need.
And Anthony Edwards has to come back in a flashback scene or as a ghost. Goose.
Yeah, it's
Goose.
Top Gun 2.
Gray goose. Ooh. Now there's a vodka tie-in.
Oh,
David, give me some vodka.
Top Gun 2, Goose's Revenge.
That.
See, no. It turns out
Yeah.
the drones are actually cyborgs made with the remains of Goose.
I'm afraid what's scary is
I don't
probably
like the
not gonna
taste
be
of
too
goose
far
remains.
off from the plot of this movie.
No.
They have the brains of Goose
Like,
in the drones to make them work,
No.
and now Maverick has to fight his
This
best
sounds like
friend.
a Roger Corman.
But then
movie.
they team up and fight the big boss, which
Well, it's
is
a really
the
short
Soviet
film
Union
because
still.
Tom Cruise gets in a dogfight with a drone, and he pulls like too many G's and blacks out and crashes, and it's 30 seconds.
See, that sounds awesome. I would see that.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. I know some people here are like, no.
I like Tom Cruise.
I like Tom Cruise.
I like
He's an
Tom
actor.
Cruise.
He's a fun actor.
Tom Cruise has done
in
stupid
your
stuff, but if you watch, I won't go to a movie because of Tom Cruise, but the movie he did this summer was amazing. For example, the sci-fi movie.
Yeah, and
tomorrow.
I'm glad
No,
there were
no,
10
it's
people who saw it
Live,
and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I saw it last year's movie, Oblivion.
Oblivion
I
was
liked
good.
that
Oblivion
one
was
as
pretty
well.
good.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was in the restroom just then. Did I seriously hear that they're going to be fighting drones?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just to not piss off any foreign markets?
That's possibly one
Well,
of it.
And also
They
so
could
they
be
can
foreign
remake
drones.
Oh.
Actually,
That would be awesome
it's
if they were
UPS drone, not UPS
Amazon
drones or
drones.
Amazon drones.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess we
Walmart.com
droned on
hires
I
him.
don't know what just happened.
I don't know. I think Zach told a good story.
Wait,
As always.
wait.
It had to be him or
It
Mike.
just said the perfect role for Tom Cruise would be a biopic. Napoleon.
Oh.
Because he's
I would totally
Actually,
watch.
Napoleon wasn't that short.
Yeah, but I would.
Put a finer point on
I would
that.
totally watch a Napoleon biopic with Tom Cruise.
I think Napoleon may have been taller than Tom Cruise.
Possibly.
All right.
So, after weeks and months of speculation, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has officially confirmed that he will be playing Black Adam in DC's upcoming Shazam adaptation. The star took to his Twitter feed and broke the news, posting the quote, "Kneel at his feet or get crushed by his boot," and then continued, "My honor to become #Black Adam." It had been reported that Johnson was going to either be playing the hero, Captain Marvel, or the nemesis, Black Adam, the latter being the favorite since Johnson had previously said that he was his favorite comic book character. Black Adam is a powerful sorcerer with designs of controlling the universe and is the primary antagonist to Captain Marvel, the superhero alter ego of the young Billy Baston. However, whether or not he's entirely villainous is yet to be seen. Johnson also included the hashtag the anti-hero at the end of his tweet. The film is yet to receive an official date, but based on the Philip K. Well, that is not the right story.
I think you skipped the page.
Based with Johnson's now confirmed, it's expected to come within a couple weeks. There was a page out of order really badly in my script. That was me.
It was you.
I'm not gonna blame anyone else. It was completely my fault.
Tom Cruise is actually an inch taller than Napoleon, by the way.
Oh.
It's good. We need to know these things.
Did you just recall that fact, or did you have to look
I
it up?
did look that up.
Looking at it, yeah.
Because I thought maybe that's
Hey,
what you were
just
doing.
want to-
You got all quiet.
The entire
Oh,
time-
yes.
kind of
Now
awesome
I
if you
The
recall.
entire time I was reading that story, he was just in meditation, going back through his memory to remember
Going
the
back
heights.
through my memory
I
palace,
see Mike's mind as a
past
giant
the
Rolodex.
indoor pool, past the torture dungeon, and
Somebody say something.
All right, so
All right.
Something?
Okay, good.
So wait,
I just had to quickly make sure the audio was still recording.
this dude is trying to kill a child?
Uh,
What a
so-
horrible supervillain.
The first thing though is
It's like Power Pack's nemesis.
why are
would you-
these movie studios wasting? Like, I think it's a waste to make him a villain.
Eh,
I think he would be better as a hero in
It
some.
might be fun to see him as a villain.
Yeah, but it's
Or
going to be
an
in the scheme
anti-hero.
of things a much smaller role.
I've got the argument against that.
What?
Loki. Tom Hiddleston.
and even still, as great as he is, if they overblow that role too much,
but
it'll be
He's
wasted.
pulled 3 movies, though.
that's the
pretty
thing though. They broke the movie villain role with him, and they didn't kill him off at the end of the movie. they kept him around.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd say he pulls through movie. He pulled Thor 2 along because Thor 2 was kind of crap before Loki gets out of
the problem with Thor 2 is because its villain was really lame. Not even in comparison to Loki. It was just a dull villain.
Yeah, it's true.
But
so now y'all are admitting a flaw.
Shut up! Know your place, Tony!
I feel I've been pretty vocal about how slow the first half of Thor 2
We've
was
had
since
this
we saw it in
discussion
the
quite a
theater.
lot about how the first
and
quarter
I
of
still
Thor 2 was.
like Thor 2, but it
But then the
doesn't.
second half
as
comes
well.
along and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, because it still has a really great Star Wars space battle scene.
It's true. But the other thing is Dwayne Johnson actually has the build to play several superheroes, and it's not that
I think so,
common,
too.
So to throw him in as a villain, especially when nobody knows,
I
it's
lo-
kind of
I-
like making Vin Diesel Groot. Groot is a great character, but in the scheme of things, there's very little to do.
Is very which is not necessarily a bad thing because he gets a lot of press for his work. He particularly got a lot of press for Groot, and
The only way
he didn't have to do as much work.
Well, the only reason I don't.
Although he did a lot of motion capture, so he still
yeah, but
did a lot
still,
more.
it's
But
not the
it's not.
same.
I agree, it's not the same.
The only reason I don't complain about that one a little more is because, I've been pretty vocal about how I think Vin Diesel had a stroke because he sounds like he had a stroke in the last.
I do
the
think
dude can barely talk, so he's probably better in very small doses.
playing up Black Adam, trying to be an anti-hero though, might kind of help mitigate some of that if they try to eventually maybe even spin him off into his own.
It's hard for me to care about this Shazam. I think it's a stupid character.
Shazam's a hard character to care about. I like Shazam. I like Black Adam. Okay, and I like Captain Marvel. I don't like calling him Shazam because that's not who he is.
Yeah.
But
Shazam!
yeah, that's the catchphrase, and that's the wizard. That's not who the hero is. It's Captain Marvel. But it's going to be a hard one for people to latch onto. I think even harder than freaking Guardians of the Galaxy was. I also think that's because Marvel has a proven track record to make things quote unquote cool.
Well, by the time Guardians of the Galaxy came out, they had proven themselves. Man of Steel was not a disaster, but it wasn't.
Metropolis was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Metropolis was.
I always liked calling him Shazam because it was always weird to me why DC had a character called Captain Marvel.
Technically, they didn't. They just bought him.
Okay, well, there you go.
True. All right.
That would be one. Well, at least we don't have any more stories about Tom Cruise.
That's right.
Well,
We're going to TV.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we thought we were done with Tom Cruise, but
You're never done with Tom Cruise.
Back to Tom.
actually, this is not really a Tom Cruise story. It's just peripherally involves him. From TV's Brain Drain, it's official. Fox is plotting a TV sequel to Minority Report, which I'll stop tapping now. Minority Report, which of course starred Tom Cruise. The drama
Which
is
he was good
landed.
in that too. I like that movie.
I've not seen that actually.
It's good.
The drama has landed at the network with a hefty put pilot commitment that has a significant penalty attached. The Hollywood Reporter has learned the Minority Report follow-up takes place 10 years after the end of Pre-Crime in D.C., when one of the three precogs struggles to lead a normal human life but remains haunted by visions of the future. He meets a detective haunted by her past who just may help him find a purpose to his gift. It's coming from Amblin Television, Paramount Television, and 20th Century Fox Television. Godzilla's Max Borenstein will pen the script and executive produce, and Amblin's Justin Falvey and Daryl Frank will be executive producing. The original film, of course, was directed by Steven Spielberg, who also executive produces for Amblin, Falling Skies, Under the Dome, Extant, Red Band Society, and more.
God, what a terrible looking show, Red Band Society. Looks awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Falling Skies is great.
I need to give that a try.
Well,
it looks like it would be good.
And you know what I love about Falling Skies? I know it's kind of off topic just a little bit, but they're already announcing that next season is a planned end.
Okay.
The whole season is leading to the end of the story, so it's cool. You get a complete story. Good.
The Amblin has also got comes as part of a revival from Amblin. The company's got 7 series on 5 different networks. They got The Whisperers on the ABCs. It's a mid-season drama. The CBS has got The Dome and Extant. On FX, there's The Americans, TNT's Falling Skies, and upcoming Public Morals, as well as Fox's fall debut of the aforementioned Red Band Society. And even on TNT, they've got a pilot called Lumen in the works for a January shoot. The Paramount Television, meanwhile, continues to mine its library for television. The banner has, or Paramount has Nickelodeon's straight-to-series live-action comedy School of Rock in the works.
What is that?
Yeah, the studio which returned to...
It's been a decade, hasn't it? It's been because I remember seeing an article of the kids grown up.
Yeah, it's like, where are they now? And I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, exactly.
The studio, which returned to TV production with 2013's Beverly Hills Cop
it's not really
CBS
a good,
pilot. Yeah, that's
good start.
Is also tapping into its feature library for the small screen takes on Ghost, Terminator, which has been done, hasn't it? And the Truman Show, which is interesting. Among
I wonder
other,
how they're going to do the Truman Show. Is it going to be like you watching the Truman Show, or is it going to be like an actual dramatic movie, like the Truman Show movie was?
You know, it might be kind of interesting for a while, like him like having to make a real life, living out not in the show and stuff, non-scripted stuff actually happening.
You mean like a sequel to the Truman Show?
Yeah, basically.
Well, to the main point.
Who cares not doing much right now? Why not?
And the most important thing is, including Fox's live production of Grease.
I can only hope that this is as much of a train wreck as the...
As Sound of Music?
Yes.
Who's going to be in the live production of
was
Grease?
Amazingly bad.
You know what the only thing I really want
Audra
Paramount...
was pretty decent.
Which one?
Audra McDonald, she played Mother Superior. I think she was good.
You know what the only thing I really want Paramount to produce for television?
Best one in there.
A new freaking Star Trek series.
Well, and apparently that's supposed to be in the works. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see it when I see it.
I agree.
This time it's going to be a prequel. It's going to go back like 400 years.
Boy, that time.
I was going to say, we had that. It's called Enterprise.
And it's going to go 400 years before that.
No, 400 years before Enterprise.
So it's going to be a prequel to now.
There's going to be, flying.
It's actually a historical document.
It's historical
document.
Documentary.
They go back to the Enterprise Magic Show.
Exactly. It will float on water. The thing about the Minority Report is they didn't go the way I kind of expected them to, which maybe is a good thing, because it would have been easy to just go back to when pre-crime was happening and do a procedural every week. You know, it's like these cops or whatever. And I guess they're still going to do that with this one telepathic dude who can see people's...
Well, there's a neat little symmetry to that blurb they had about it, that they've got a precog that's disturbed by the future, and then they've got a former detective that's disturbed by her past.
Ooh, is it Wolverine? Wolverine's disturbed by his past.
Yeah, me too.
Wolverine's disturbed by a lot, though.
He has so much past, though.
That's why he's so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he found his... He cuts people now.
Well, I think he's taken all the anger out of Canada and embodied it.
Yeah. That's why we're getting Alpha Flight now. They were
God
just
knows
too happy.
there's a lot of Canadian anger.
Yeah, those people are pissed because of a lot of stuff. All right, so who's...
You'd be pissed, too, if you had nothing to do but watch hockey and drink Molson.
Hey, you get good bacon now.
Yeah. Bacon.
203 copies of Sega's controversial horror game Night Trap.
I want one.
Turned up at a game store in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Isn't that where the
Steven,
landfill
this
is?
is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular.
Isn't that where the E.T.
It was in New Mexico, but it was not Albuquerque.
Okay.
Yeah.
Though the game was subsequently edited and re-released with new box art, these games are thought to be in original and uncensored condition.
Yeah.
I like how the thought is no one plugged in
manual.
a Sega CD and played them.
Yeah, I think we should.
It's probably because
understand.
the
think
people
there's
writing the article aren't smart enough to know the difference.
Well, no, I think there's a way on the actual box to be able to tell. I think there's
Probably.
a code difference.
The seller told the store owner that he'd acquired the games when Night Trap had been recalled across Blockbuster retail stores in the early 1990s. Widely considered to be an attributing factor in the introduction of the US's ESRB rating, Night Trap was recalled in 1994 following widespread combination of its real-life action and violent themes, despite claims that it actually sought to encourage players to save women, not to cause them harm. This is one of the dumbest things ever in video game history, because the game is, especially on the Sega CD version, the video is so bad you're hard pressed to tell what's going on anyway. There may be 64 colors on the screen at any one given time. It's got Dana Plato in it, so
which is why I wanted to see it.
But it's just
You can.
The article
No, I
really
can't.
nails it. You are trying to save people, and there's nothing. And maybe this I'm looking on it with today's perspective, but it is so tame. And especially thinking about that's the era Mortal Kombat was out in too. And when you have
but Mortal Kombat wasn't FMV though.
it
And
wasn't,
that was
but
the thing.
still you had
FMV
very violent images.
Yeah, it's still way different though. FMV was so new to video games.
Full motion
Yeah.
video, by the way.
Yeah. But to me, it's funny because everybody paid attention to that, and at that same era, I was playing Phantasmagoria on PC,
It's great.
and it had like great sex scenes in it, and you could see them really well on a nice monitor.
I think what that is just the difference of PC versus console.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because the press didn't care
But
about
at
PC, because that's they don't understand the computers, and kids don't play PC games.
Well, at that point in time,
Some
there were a
senators'
lot of kids that were
12-year-old
playing
daughter,
PC
not daughter,
games.
would be a daughter, 12-year-old boy didn't come home with it and pop it in and have it playing on the living room
There-
TV.
there's
Yeah. I never actually got to play the game. I was always curious about. I didn't even really know. Was it like a point and click thing?
Here's what you do. Okay, so there are 8 rooms in this household where there is a slumber party going on, and apparently maybe the family in it is vampires or something like that. But anyway, you have these villains called augurs that are coming around to capture the girls. And how you beat the game is you go to one camera and you sit there, and there's a time code on the game. So you're like 1 minute 8 seconds. Augurs enter room 1, and then you make sure you're in room 1 when they come in, and then you press the button to trap them. And then it goes back to the still, and so you stay there until you get a game over screen, and then you're like, all right, so I know where I have to be in room 1, so then you go on to room 2, and you set your time codes, and you beat room 2 with room 1, and then you go to room 3. Yeah, it's a process to beat this game. There's probably a better way to do it, but I was like, I got this game figured out, and I beat it over a rental weekend. But if you go look at the video on
I bet you
YouTube.
can
I'm
find
sure
it
it's
on
out there
YouTube, at
somewhere.
least some of it,
And probably
yeah.
better. Like 32, there was a 32x version. There may have even been a Saturn or a PC version that has better quality video.
Yeah, they were the edited ones. I remember. 'Cause I was so pissed because that's the only version you could find.
What's kind of funny is right now, or it may be over at this point, but there was a Kickstarter to get a Night Trap Special Edition going. That went back and used the original video and things like that.
Wow.
I don't think it made any money. And it was funny, like, the people running the Kickstarter, obviously they were just like, let's put Night Trap out. And they were like, we're going to make it on PlayStation 3, and we're going to make it on Xbox 360. I don't think you can just proclaim you're going to make a game for that system. This is not numb. This is
not the NES.
There are some barriers to entry.
This is not the NES, and you can just make
This is not Android.
So if you're at home free falling through the internet tonight, look up the playthrough for a Night Trap and look up the Kickstarter
Well, if
campaign.
you just talk for another moment.
I was supposed to say.
So
Daniel Plato.
so speaking of video games, though, particularly the Sega, yesterday was the 15th anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast.
Stop making me feel old.
There we go.
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it up here.
I've only ever seen footage from, I guess, the censored version of Night Trap. Is there a big difference between?
There can't be that big of a difference because there's just not that
I
much
was about to
going
say,
on in the
every
game.
single time, like in the game, if the girls get captured, they put this like collar drill.
Yeah,
around their
that's
heads,
it. Yeah,
and you can see like little spinning thing getting close, but it always.
There is nothing. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Like if you have you're watching the video now. I have it. The start. It's the intro of the game.
What is funny about the game, though, is because you're working on a team, and Dana Plato's like a plant in the game. So if you do stupid stuff, she'll start yelling at you, and she's madder than when she got her hair dyed
stop
green
motion
on different strokes.
Welcome to the days.
Yeah, it's like 5 frames a second.
Oh, it's
It's
bad.
tough, yeah.
It's bad.
I've got to play this game.
Well, I've got the
now we have
Sega
to go,
CD.
You're going into a room now.
Yeah,
So,
and now
yeah.
nothing.
So now
There's
nothing.
crickets.
It's crickets and it's a living room.
And it's still frame, right?
It just can't.
Oh,
here
so
they
here
come.
come the augurs.
The bad guys are
All
coming in the window now.
Now there's a time. You'll
Now
see a
there's
time
a
to
smoke
trap
bomb,
them.
and then it went to like a horrible 16-bit screen.
All right, they must have got them trapped then.
Yeah, I think they did. Yep, there it goes again. Trapped him again. But this is no fun because this person is good at the game.
Well, it's no fun anyway. So it really does recreate the experience.
You know what?
of playing
Really,
the
this
game.
should have been. This should have been a video game version of Home Alone.
It's very close.
Because it is
except with vampires. And we didn't even get into Double Switch, which is basically the same thing with Corey Hellman in an apartment complex. And and Deborah Harry. No kidding. It is amazing. That one I have. We can play that anytime.
Awesome.
I'm surprised you don't have this one.
I know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
what's
how
up
to
with
fix
that?
Do you have
I
a
do need to
Sega
fix
CD?
it. I do have a Sega CD.
Then you should fix it.
Man, the last thing I thought we'd talk about tonight when I came in was Night Trap. Let me see if
Well,
there's anything else we need to
The
know.
greatest thing about Sega CD
Yep, that's
was Eternal Champions. And
That is a fantastic game.
It's still one of the best fighting games ever made.
Echo the Dolphin.
Oh,
There was a really good.
suck it with Echo the
It's
Dolphin.
I had a
pretty
lot of
much
fun.
the same game as on Sega, though.
Yeah, it's
Eternal
true.
Champions is completely different. Well,
I also
it is
think
bigger.
Sonic CD is probably one of, if not my favorite Sonic.
It's just a sign of the
very
times, though, because I used to love it. Like you'd play on the street level,
Mhm.
and the graphics were so good in that game on the Sega CD. And you'd have little like pieces of paper and crap blowing across the street while you played. I love that stuff,
Mhm.
you know, because it was just such a big deal when you moved from, you know, the Genesis over to the Sega CD.
Have we talked about Eternal Champions on the show before?
Probably because you and I both love that game.
It's so good, and the
It
coolest thing about it is
I like
the
the dude with the
Cinekills.
trench coat and the staff.
Yes,
And he's not gambling.
Yeah, he's great. He's oh man, he's the detective from Chicago, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to come
I don't
up
know
with his
his
name,
name.
but he's awesome.
You're not going to be like Mike and pull it from the bowels of your brain.
No,
AKA Wikipedia.
It may show up at some point.
AKA Wikipedia.
But not only were there like fatalities on that
Oh.
game, you could do things like you could do this certain combo, and you would get the Eternal Champion would come in and
Yep.
take you back to your place in time.
Yeah.
So you could watch them kill. It was great.
Such a cool game. But, yeah, I can't think of another game I like this much.
It's
You want to talk about a
very
terrible
good game.
FMV game, but I played it almost to completion.
Is it Ground Zero Texas?
Sewer Shark.
Oh
Sewer
yeah,
Shark.
that is a bad game.
Yeah. I was desperate for something to play.
What's the
That
sequel to
was
that one?
weird though, because
Didn't it come with it?
yes,
Yeah,
it did.
Did it really?
It did.
Uh-huh. It was a pack-in.
I thought it was Sonic CD that came with it.
Maybe at some point.
Maybe at a future iteration of the
Maybe.
Sega CD.
Yeah.
But the very first one that came out,
Sewer
had
Shark.
Sewer
That's
Shark as a
such a
pack-in.
bad game to launch with.
yeah, it really. But it was FMV, man. It was cutting edge.
Did you ever play the Lawnmower Man video game on there?
No.
Oh, it's
neither
bad.
Is it
It's bad.
Is it E.T. on the Atari bad?
No, but it's like a Dragon's Lair clone. It's one of those things where you just
Oh, I suck
click
at
at
those.
the right moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about the cat burglar from Chicago?
Yep. What's his name?
Larson Tyler?
Larson. That's
Thank you,
him.
Wikipedia, aka Mike.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Was there a Dawson too? Was Dawson the cowboy? The cowboy was a great character. Oh, welcome to the Sega CD podcast.
Keep talking for another
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm lost.
There was
coming-
an Xavier Pendragon,
Xavier.
That's
which
a
was
fantastic
not
name.
like
It
from
doesn't even matter who he is. That's a cool
Avalon.
name.
He was a former blacksmith from Salem,
Yep.
Massachusetts.
Yep.
Massachusetts.
Things went very well
Massachusetts.
for him.
A caveman.
New on Blu-ray this week.
He should not have ordered the steak.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier 3D. Horrible packaging, by the way.
Awful.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the complete first season.
It's about time.
Homeland, the complete third season. Great show if you haven't watched it. Young Frankenstein 40th Anniversary Edition. How about them?
Oh,
apples?
wow.
Oh, it's something
What?
I would love to sit down and watch.
Supernatural, the complete ninth season. The Great Race. The Hornet's Nest. Let's see.
Nobody's think it's a series of unfortunate events.
Brick Mansions, which I haven't watched yet. Star Trek: The Compendium.
Which is finally has that
collection of
climax
Star Trek movies.
footage for Into Darkness.
Yeah. Godzilla 2000. And there's a lot of other stuff too. Pumpkinhead Collector's Edition. Word. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters Attack.
Well, get it all out there, buddy. And then Rebirth of Mothra 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh, this is a
Prom Night
Giant
Special
Monster
Edition.
Week.
My prom night review is almost complete. That will be up.
All right.
Little House on the Prairie, Season 3.
Okay.
Oh
and
my
The
God.
Addams Family.
All right.
Before you get to comics,
Okay.
I think you all will be interested on who's on this season's of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
I know, because it's season 19 of Dancing with the Stars.
Is it Nick
Nathan
Lachey?
is so excited.
No, but you have Prince of Bel-Air actor Alfonso Ribeiro.
Which he needs to be doing the Carlton.
He's
every
probably going to
single-
be really. He's probably going to do really well on that.
Yeah, he's probably actually a good dancer.
He's a really good
Yeah.
dancer. That's how I gotta start.
Lolo Jones, Duck Dynasty's Sadie Robertson,
Really?
actress
Well, that's
Leah
desperation.
Thompson,
Who?
Back to the
Leah Thompson.
Leah
Yeah, that's
Thompson.
actually a good one.
Mean Girls actor Jonathan Bennett.
I have no clue who that is.
He was in Mean Girls.
NASCAR Michael Waltrip,
Oh God.
Ultimate Fighting Champion Randy Couture,
He just beat the hell out of
Randy
everybody.
Couture.
comedian Tommy Chong.
Wow.
That should be pretty damn funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he'll have enough motor control.
He's just as messed up as ever.
You know, the word star gets overused these days.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Shouldn't there be
I think-
another asteroid or something like?
I think
not
Nico's
quite as
going to
fun?
be on the show next season.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
not ready to play
Talk
that yet.
show
Oh, sorry.
host Tavis Smiley, fashion designer Betsy Johnson,
Wait,
Who might
Tavis
love it
Smiley's a
more.
real person?
and General
I
Hospital
thought that was like an
Antonio
SNL character.
Sabato Jr.
Oh, wow.
Well, wait for it.
Then my pick to win, actress from Pretty Little Liars, Janelle Parrish.
I knew that was the reason you sent that
Can I
story.
tell you a funny story?
I wish
and
you would.
YouTube beauty guru Bethany Mota.
I know that is.
Tell the story.
Okay, so we watched. Ooh, well, spoiler
What?
alert.
Spoilers.
I don't think
Oh,
anybody.
that's true because everybody pretty much knows. Okay, so spoiler alert: if you're into Pretty Little Liars, Bethany's character Mona dies.
It's Janelle.
Oh,
Janelle Parrish. It's Mona.
well there we go.
Damn it!
Janelle.
I was gonna watch that.
Either way, Janelle and Mona, they died. Nathan in tears, and Corinne and I start laughing. He goes, "Stop it! Stop it! You don't know. This is my life.
Oh,
This is the worst thing ever."
I wasn't. That was gonna be my fault.
I wasn't drunk either. I was sober,
I'm
but
glad
it
we
sent me
got
into a
to that.
depression for that night, and I was
Yeah, it
fine
did.
the next morning.
You were fine the next morning, but he was seriously depressed because somebody in his television show died.
Well, it's the catharsis. That's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
That
Thank you.
happened.
Thank you. This is why entertainment is made, so our emotions get attached. My emotion got attached, so thank you.
Hey,
It's like
no,
I can no longer cry about real life events.
It's true.
I'm gonna watch a sad movie or something.
I think we could all admit to some show drawing us to tears.
Yes.
Nico?
Yeah.
Which one?
What was a good ending?
Series finale lost for me. I won't lie.
I didn't tear up at the series
Nah.
finale that one.
Yeah, I love the show though.
The Game of Thrones.
Breaking Bad was
Boys.
pretty close.
Oh no, I laughed at the end of that one.
Yeah, that
It's
was
'cause you were-
actually kind of.
Breaking Bad made me tear up once. Game of Thrones.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't
You
at
know
the
what?
end. It was the episode before the end.
Yeah.
It was.
In Breaking Bad, I will admit there was an episode. It wasn't the finale, but it was in the last half of the season.
Yeah.
It was one of the characters. I'm not going to spoil it, but
Check the
like,
chat room.
It was my favorite character when that
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I'm
Look
sure
at
I'm
that.
sure we're thinking of the same person
Yeah.
who was
Probably.
awesome and amazing. And then when that character died, it was a big shock, and I may or may not have bawled.
For me, it was 6 Feet Under at the end sequence where they're showing
That's a
everyone's
pretty
death.
great
That's
one.
good.
And
That's a
It
really
was I
great
held
one.
it together because my brother was there, and I still get harassed for when we were young and I cried at the last episode of Family Ties.
That's like when me and Mike went and saw Tombstone. I still harassed him at the end of that one.
So I was holding it together until the moment David's about to die, and he looks up and he sees Keith, and then I lost it. It was all like everything I'd been
It's
holding back was
a-
like.
it's- You know what? It's a really great
Bad.
ending, though. That is a really good one. That's a good one.
You know, that ending, it's either going to resonate with you and you're going to appreciate it, or you're going to see it as, this is just people dying. Like,
Well,
people are just falling
but you know
over and
what?
dying.
It is just that, and it's a little on the nose, but at the same time, it works because the show was so well done up to that point.
Yes.
Like that whole dying as a thematic element just worked so well throughout that show, and then you get it right at the end, and it's really good.
I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
And
Needless
they
to
did a great
say.
song.
Needless to say, back to the story of David.
Dancing with the Stars this season will probably be the closest season because it's unpredictable who
How did we
out.
get to that? How did we go from Dancing with the Stars to like series finale?
Because somebody died on Pretty Little Liars.
Oh,
And now she is a star on Dancing with the Stars.
She is
They're
a-
all the
something.
actors
on Dancing
or
with the Stars.
celebrities.
I wish there was some kind of punishment for losing on these shows. It would be more entertaining.
Like if you
That's good
lose,
celebrity
if you,
rehab.
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I was gonna say that.
You have to go to Celebrity Rehab with Vanilla Ice and Vern Troyer.
Oh man.
Is Vern Troyer still with us?
And Dustin
Yeah.
Diamond.
I thought he
And
was
Justin Diamond. Oh my gosh, even worse.
Wow.
Wait, Vern Troyer.
Mini-Me.
Yeah, he peed everywhere on that.
Yeah,
table.
exactly.
He peed everywhere. He
And
got drunk and
Flavor
just
Flav.
peed.
You also you have to have Flavor Flav in there because he's one of the
Flavor
most
Flav.
obnoxious people
He really is.
on the planet.
So back to Blu-ray news.
Yeah, well,
Basically, they confirmed 4K Blu-rays for late 2015.
yeah. Are they going to be able to get an entire movie on one disc with that? Because I saw
I
that.
keep thinking, like, how are they going to do that? Are they going to go back to the Laserdisc days of flippers?
Maybe it's not going to be a flipper, but you could do those. That's pretty good. They have those dual layer DVDs. It's probably a dual layer Blu-ray.
No, dual layer Blu-rays are already.
It's already dual layer.
A single layer is 25 gig. Dual layer.
Well, maybe they have a quad layer.
Maybe.
I just blew his mind.
That's 100 gigs. Do you think you could put a 4K file on 100 gig?
Not Lord of the Rings.
Depends on the compression.
Well, Lord of the Rings would still have the split.
I mean, it just depends on the compression.
The Lord of the Rings Blu-rays, I think, still have the split in the middle.
They still have the split, but it's like 2 hour
Yeah.
round about that time.
No, I mean,
2.5
it's basically
hours
what the
is
split
just-
was in the DVD edition.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started watching things on DVD, that moment where it would shift over was always really noticeable, and I don't know if the players got better or if we just stopped noticing it.
I think the authoring got better.
Yeah, I think that's
The authoring
probably
got
true.
better. I think probably the players too, because they probably just have more cash now.
Yeah.
And it was,
Because that's what it
you may
was.
want to go see one of those DVDs that had that problem and try it on a newer DVD player.
And
Yeah.
you could really see it from player to player back then because I was doing the festival circuit with a feature film at that time, and it projected different every festival. Like there was one festival that they were using the cheapest DVD player ever, and I don't think it had any cache, and it was literally it would jump every few chapters.
Wow.
In the movie, it made me so pissed. Actually, that tells you how long ago it was. Switched to a VHS for the second screening of the movie. Because they were still projecting VHS.
That's it, especially the fact that you had a VHS copy of it.
Exactly.
Could you
I had a DVD, a VHS, and a beta.
You were ready.
Yeah, I was ready. Damn right I was. All right, you got comic list?
So for comics this week, for Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man #6,
Oh, hell.
Death of Wolverine #2 of 4, Edge of Spider-Verse #1 of 5, Hawkeye #20, and Miss Marvel #8. From DC, they're doing a bunch of other future end edition #1s of this week: Batgirl, Batman, Birds of Prey, Constantine, and Superboy. On smaller press, we have East of West 15, Doctor Who, 10th Doctor #2, and the 11th Doctor #2. Robotech Voltron #5 of 5, and
Robotech
Prometheus Fire and Stone #1.
I read that Rotate Voltron is a collected edition, I think.
I got the first issue, and the first issue really didn't. It was very much a first issue, and it didn't really get to the meat of it.
Wait, it is Macross Robotech, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And
then fine.
yeah,
There's
there's
no
the
other
proper
Robotech.
Macross Robotech. So yeah, I think I'll revisit it as a collected edition because I want to see more of like how they
Cool.
mix up.
Look, this picture looks like Spider-Man is
Bravo,
crapping
Spider-Man.
a big, like he's crapping a big ball of light out of his.
It looks more like a rectangle.
You think with the new Gem
Something.
movie we could get a Gem and Sailor Moon crossover?
Sailor
Now-
Moon was like my life when
Now
I was in
Nathan just
elementary
crapped a big
school.
ball.
You know they are making a new show right now and airing it
On
online.
Hulu. Hulu gets 2 episodes
Are you
of
serious? They're gonna have the whole
Sub
game?
Sailor Moon every week.
Well, that's the they're redoing the current show. I mean the previous show with a new translation and a new dub. So it's new English voices over it. And there is an actually new Sailor Moon show called Sailor Moon Crystal, which is basically retelling the old thing, just a new animation and whatnot. And that airs. A new episode comes out every 2 weeks.
It's
and
slightly
it's
off
like
topic.
episode 6 right now.
But I think we should have a drinking game, and we take a shot every time somebody in the chat room calls Zach an idiot.
It's only Ada.
That's
Well,
not
it's
the
a
chat room.
good,
says it
to
a
be
lot.
fair, it's a good thing it's not in the chat room and on the show.
It's true.
because that would be lethal.
It would be, yeah.
We all have alcohol poisoning.
It's yeah.
Been there, done.
We have fun getting there.
We just have a stomach pump
So-
standing by.
I have one question.
Okay.
Did you finish Original Sin?
No, I'm not ready.
What the hell?
I'm going to get my
Oh, is this how we're going to be? Alright.
Yeah.
I'm not cleaning that up.
Yes, you-
I'm getting my comic system.
Wait, Zach. Damn it.
I want to read it. I just haven't gotten to the shop
Did you
yet.
finish it, Wayne? Damn you. I'm out of paper. You're good. You can say it. Yeah. Okay.
Here you go.
You
You
guys-
can throw this out.
Wait, which book was that again? I forgot. Ow! Paper got my face!
My beautiful face, that was never be a team
The
model.
moneymaker. Oh, I'm glad we all had a good laugh over that. Let's end the show.
Okay, that's pretty great.
You guys took it a step further. I was just going great then.
All right, so anyway, you should finish that. You should do
I
that.
plan on it. I really want to. I'll get my comics this
Because
weekend.
it's the big transition for Marvel. It's the beginning.
Again?
Well-
When you have a big
What?
transition every year, doesn't it stop being a big transition?
Well, no, because they have an epic story every year, but but every 2 years we get
Every two or three years is when they do like actual resets. Like we haven't really had.
I like the resets.
We
It
kind
questions
of had
everything.
one at Fear Itself, but we really haven't had a major one since.
Civil War, maybe?
No, actually, no. Earlier than that, I would have said. Well, AVX was pretty big.
Yeah.
Maybe
Wasn't that
I would
last year?
have. I would have said Siege. Would have been
Yeah,
a really big
Siege.
one.
That's really the one. Yeah. All right, but it's kind of the only thing I can say really is it kind of you see where things are going to go, and I'm actually more excited now that I finished it. I liked it.
The issue 7 definitely seemed to put the seed in of Thor no longer being worthy for the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
really want to see how that turns out.
You know who's not worthy? Steven's not worthy.
Damn it! Son of a... What the hell are you laughing about?
Oh, now we get separation.
Damn it.
Favorite side. It's
It's-
cute. It's like a pillow.
It is. You should throw those. Oh, wait, okay. Now throw them at Catherine. You can do it.
What?
Throw my cat.
Yeah.
She had her shield activated. Damn it.
Damn it. All right, this is probably a good place for us to bring this show to.
Yes.
All right, Nico, where can you find you on the internet?
You can find me at twitter.com/NicoScreen, and you can follow me on Tumblr as well. Mostly I'm on Twitter, though.
Nice. Wayne.
Find me on Twitter
Yeah.
at drworm75. My tribute to the best rock band ever, They Might Be Giants.
And your Dragon Con wrap-up article is
Oh, yeah.
going.
I have pictures right here.
We don't need to see him now.
Yeah, don't be taking
Oh,
it
wow.
out again.
It's very tiny.
Oh,
They
I
look
thought-
so
I
cool.
thought something else was coming out again.
But yeah,
And
mine's
I have a
already,
wrap-up coming, and
Yeah,
I
booty
have, we got a few things coming up.
my
Yeah, a few
my
things
Dragon
coming
Con
up.
review is already up on the
It
website,
is. It's
and,
epic, and it's actually pretty great.
and my photos will be going up soon as well.
I can't read yours yet because I don't want it to influence.
You know what?
my
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should. Mike, go.
Just at CultureSmash.tv, and if you really want to find me, you can find me on Google Plus under Clovis Chitwood,
And you.
and Instagram under Clovis Chitwood. I'm actually doing some stuff on
Yeah,
there now.
Instagram now.
Yeah.
I'm such a hipster.
Yeah, and,
Oh, yeah.
and like when we were doing Instagram, Mike was like, "Stupid, man! Everybody's got to put filters."
It
in
was
their
so
pictures."
stupid till I tried it.
Exactly.
And it was,
Yeah.
well, this is cool. I can make it black and white.
And now we're remembering why Mike sucks at taking random pictures of people. Gets everybody in the worst possible pose.
I thought that picture was a pretty good picture of you, actually.
So, Catherine.
Oh, you can find me just loose
I
guys.
just want paper at me.
All right. Nah, that'll probably bring it back over there. Actually, I think we were all right on GarageBand.
All right.
But anyway, we actually have some even more interesting news coming regarding Wizard World. Stay tuned for that. As far as event things going on, we're going to be gearing up for another little Hunger Games thing at the theater again.
Woo!
Yeah. So
No
we're-
IMAX. No IMAX.
Oh, definitely IMAX.
No, they didn't film this one in IMAX.
Oh well, we're going to be filming our stuff in front of IMAX.
Okay.
No, actually, his stuff, our stuff is going to be filmed in IMAX.
True.
Yes.
It's true.
And 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio.
I'm gonna
Blown
look
up to an 80 foot
Exactly.
screen, 1080p.
No, we got an
something
IMAX
like
camera.
that.
That's why
Oh, okay. Well, we'll film
Steven moved all this stuff out of his bedroom and it's
Yeah,
back there now.
yeah, we're just
That's why he's sleeping on the couch.
He's sleeping on the couch.
Exactly.
now.
That's why it keeps getting broken.
yeah,
We get the 65-pound camera in here.
we'll do it.
That's
And
why you
you're
never see a handheld.
and
IMAX.
you have to keep your shirt on when you film with it. I'm sorry.
Please.
Oh wait. Yeah, that's gonna be fun and a challenge.
Yes, exactly. All right, so Nathan, we're going to find you on the internet, sir.
You can find me Facebook and Instagram, Nathan Savino or Nate70471. You can find me at CultureSmash.tv. I'm just going to start coming up with random articles. You can find me in the Friendly Skies starting.
And so, sadly, this will be our last live visit from Mr. Savino for a while. Till that is over. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you in the Hangouts with us.
Yeah.
From random locations
This
all over
got
the
really
world.
sad.
It did get really
We can
sad.
play Where in the World is Nathan Savino. That would be
Oh my gosh, can I wear a red coat and a hat and be Fireman Nathan Savino?
Oh, no. We have to do this like the game show.
That's true.
Good.
So Steven's going to be jumping around the world where Nathan Savino might be at.
Well, Ada's already going to put a tracker on my phone to figure out where I'm at.
Exactly. All right, Zach. We're putting you on the internet.
Yeah, for a second there, I almost thought you forgot me. You can
No,
find me
I
on-
don't forget.
Yeah, you can find
He
me.
ignores
When you
sometimes, but he
think I
never
forgot, I
forgets.
actually didn't forget. I was just skipping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Same thing.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter.
No. There's a difference.
I'm just-
One
I'm
is
just picturing
One is a
Boomerang
whole lot
John
more
skipping.
insulting than the other. I'm just saying.
You can find me at Twitter at MasterZ91. You can find me on YouTube, Space Mountaineer 91. Might have a video uploading tonight, who knows. And you can also find me on Facebook. And of course, you can find me on CultureSmash.tv. Got a couple articles.
Yes, you do. So find me at CultureSmash.tv. And also, pretty much anywhere, if it's social, look up CultureSmash. We're there. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Google+. Friend us or add us to your circles
Pinterest.
on Google+. Pinterest. Yeah, add us to your circles on Google+. That'll get you an invite to this ridiculousness that happens every Wednesday. Now at 7 o'clock instead of 6:45. So that means we actually will start like 7:30. Just saying, what happens?
Are we on Valve time?
Yeah, we are.
So we're never coming out.
No,
That's what I
we're
thought.
never coming up. And also, if you have a moment, look up on Facebook and also on the internet, Culture Smash Nashville. We posted a schedule. We have a lot of cool music, thanks to Catherine. A lot of great films, thanks to me, and a lot of really cool art, thanks to me and Catherine both.
Yay!
We pretty much did everything.
So now I don't have to do anything else, right?
Wishful thinking. If only.
My skin is suffering.
That's
I know. But there's a lot of great stuff coming. So just go to the website, CultureSmashNashville.com. Tickets are on sale right now, and you can purchase those with a pretty good discount. So
If you'd like to make a little donation to this event,
Indiegogo, you can find that there. If you just go to Indiegogo, look up Culture Smash Nashville. We have a 30-day event starting today, and you can make a donation as low as $10. That'll get you a T-shirt from the event. And then there's a lot more perks as the dollar amount goes up. So go and do that.
Indiegogo,
Indiegogo.
Go.
Go.
Smash Nashville.
Culture Smash Nashville. Indiegogo.
Yep.
.com.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Oh,
What? That was nice hitting.
oh. I forgot.
Were you having sex? We're still on the camera. We're still recording.
No, I wasn't having sex.
Sex isn't a
I
bad
was being
word.
raped
No.
by dolphins.
You were being raped by
There it
dolphins.
is. You're being raided by dolphins.
All right. Now we're actually going to stop the broadcast. See you guys later.